Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to do a movie review. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, and I haven't watched anything really good in quite a while. And so I came across this movie. It's a Japanese movie, and in this movie here, it's called Tokyo Story. It's a very old movie. It's black and white. I'm going to cover some things quickly in the video, so I got to turn on the volume in case if there's any kind of copyright. So this movie can actually be seen on YouTube. You don't need it to pay for anything. It is fully available. I am using the TV box only because for whatever reason the YouTube is not working through my tablet. Anyways, so this movie here, it is very slow actually. When I first started, so the reason why I came across this movie was I was watching a movie called, I believe it's called One Night in Tokyo. I'm not exactly too sure. But anyways, in the movie, they asked, it was about a couple, and the guy asked um, the girl, like, what is your favorite movie? And then she mentioned this Tokyo Story, and then I was kind of interested. What is Tokyo Story? I've never heard of it. I didn't even think it was real. So it is actually real. It's a very old, like I said, it's a classic movie. And the movie starts out, basically it follows a old couple. See if I can kind of get to that point there. It follows an old couple, and you, in the beginning, basically you're just watching a family. They're just coming over to visit their grandparents, and the thing is with this family here, the grandparents are basically at peace already. They know that their life is coming to an end, and they just enjoy daily, very simple life. And there's the grandfather there, and the grandfather basically, wants to see his family. His family comes to visit him, and there's a very big difference in what is going on. So he has, I'm guessing it was one son, one daughter, and one daughter-in-law. So he actually had two sons, and this is post World War II, and I believe it. They claim that it was 8 years after World War II. The Japanese that they use is kind of a classical Japanese, so I'm not exactly too sure on the translation on that, but it sounded to me as though it meant it was 8 years after. Um, you don't need to know Japanese. You do have subtitles on the YouTube version, but the translations are not 100% accurate all the time. But anyways, with that being said, though, so you see this movie, when you're watching it, you have to really watch it. Although it's quite boring, but then the story just kind of flips on you within a second. So as the World War II starts to end, you realize that the people of Japan have started to change. And you see one family who's living in Tokyo. Basically, they've become modernized, and they've lost their traditional ways of life. And what it is that they start to have more needs and more wants, and you can see that they do not respect their parents as much. And then his grandchildren are also quite rude. They don't follow rules, and that's because they've lost the values of the traditional family. And the other person, the other son, they don't really mention anything about him because he was living far away, and you only see him towards the end of the movie. Now, he also has a widowed um, daughter, and the widowed daughter, basically, she is the one who puts a high value on the grandparents. Now, I will do a spoiler. You can uh, fast forward or whatever if you don't want to hear the ending of the movie. If you wanted to watch it, I would say right now is the point where you could fast forward. But basically, in this movie, you see the cruelty of life, the way that people really think, and it hasn't changed much since then. And from here, I'll give you my life experience. Whether you want to hear it or not, you can also stop or whatever. But in the movie, um, these grandparents, they they the grandmother actually passes away, or the older woman, she passes away, and the grandfather, he can't really comprehend, or maybe it was just kind of like at peace. He has already accepted the fact that one day he will pass away, or they will pass away, but he didn't even know what was going on. His wife, the grandfather, the wife, the grandmother, or whatever you want to call it, she started getting sick, and being that it is old Japan, that they did not have the proper medical abilities to find out what's going on, and she gradually passes away. Now, his own daughter, um, she is quite cruel. She basically says that it was actually worse that the grandmother passed away and wasn't the grandfather. She had to actually wish that the grandfather had passed away. And that's kind of how it is in real life. Like, you have kids, and like I don't know what it is about life nowadays. It's like you feel like as though you should be loving your parents, but for whatever reason, some kind of hate develops or something of that nature. Um, and it's hard because, I mean, you feel like these are your children, and yet they don't you know love you the same way, or whatever, or how you think that they should. Now, let me fast forward a little bit. Let's see if I can get to a scene. I'm gonna kind of cover the camera for a second, just so that I don't get any kind of copyrights there. But anyways, the thing is that, you know, my life experience, I can tell you guys that I had my father pass away, and it took a long time for me to accept the fact. Growing up, I mean, I wasn't exactly the best child in the world, and I regret the way that I acted when I was a child. The thing was that it, I don't know what it was. Like, maybe I wanted to prove that I was better than my father, and yeah, I got into a lot of arguments. I always belittled him, and the weird thing was that when I got older, I realized that my father was actually the best person in my life, and it breaks my heart when I say it, because, like, what had happened the last moment when I had a chance to speak with him, um, I wasn't feeling too well, and I didn't talk to him for a weekend, and um, I was thinking that I'll call him once I feel better, but when I called him, actually what had happened, similar to the scene here, he had a stroke, and he was in the hospital, and um, it was too late. Like, I try to make it. I try to go home, but I'm stuck here, and I'm not able to go home in time, and I couldn't really say anything. And I had a chance to say something in that weekend, and I couldn't say anything. But one thing though is that prior to him passing away, like, I apologized for everything that I did wrong, and I forgave him for everything that he did, because he wasn't also perfect. And this movie, it really hit me hard, because I mean, you really don't know. Like, when you get older, or when you're young, you actually think that everything is so easy. Everything is like you're invincible or whatnot. And as you get older, you realize that things are not exactly what you thought it was in the beginning. And and then as you get even older, you start to realize that people are not exactly what it seems like they are. And in my life, I know I made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I hurt my own family. I have a wife. I have a daughter too, and I've hurt them too. And it's something that it took me a long time to get into a level of understanding of my own life, and I recommend anybody who's out there who has a little resentment towards their parents or resentment in their life. This movie is pretty good, but like I said, you have to watch it. You have to um, see it from beginning to end. Watch everything. Kind of observe everybody, and uh, maybe you would, if you had something similar in your life, it'll probably hit you the same way it hit me. And I really give this movie a 10 star, 10 out of 10 kind of thing. It's like something that I didn't expect. Like when I was watching it, honestly, when I watched it in the beginning, I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of boring. Like I don't really get what's going on. I don't understand why is it so good. But as it gets further along, you see that um, the way that it's written, it's so sad because their own children, um, they don't even love their parents, and the the daughter, or the daughter-in-law, who is not even family, has the most love for the grandparents, or her parents, I guess, in-law parents, or whatever you want to call it. And it's it's very strange because sometimes, like I said, it's not your direct family who loves one another. It's sometimes the outside people. But anyways, I thought I'd share this story with you guys, and share this movie with you guys. Like I said, if you guys are interested in watching a movie, very slow burn movie. Apparently, it's a three-part series. They do have another movie called Late Autumn and Late Spring, or something like that nature. I didn't watch those two movies. Maybe I'll take a look at it. I'm not exactly sure if it's of a similar storyline or whatnot. But definitely, this one is a good movie. And like I said, the movie that I saw this from was, I think it was called One Night in Tokyo. And that's the way that I got the idea to watch this movie. That movie is also not bad, too. A very interesting love story type movie, or drama movie, I guess you can call it. But anyways, I thought I'd share it again with you guys. Like, share, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Like I said, if you want to, you could just watch this directly off of YouTube. And hopefully you guys enjoy it just like the way I did. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.